Hello, you YouTubers. Here's part 2 of my travel log. Just got back from vacation, and I think I left off in New Orleans. Again, I'll never understand New Orleans being underwater and why they're putting money to keep this thing going. It's just ridiculous to me, like I said before. But let me point something out about Louisiana. This is why I love Texas, and I think I mentioned it in the last one, 80 miles an hour most of the way. And then you get into a state where Louisiana, you're not stupidly at 55 miles an hour. You're just at less stupidly at 60 miles an hour. That's the speed limit in freaking Louisiana, 60 miles an hour. Even outside of population centers, 60 miles an hour. Are you kidding me? Folks, if you're going to get a ticket on a trip, going through Louisiana is where you're going to get it. It's just absolutely ridiculous. I mean, I just don't understand it. All right, but leaving New Orleans, we're heading north through Mississippi on the 55. Absolutely beautiful. Southern Mississippi is absolutely gorgeous. I didn't see the parts that were devastated by Katrina, but that's the only reason New Orleans isn't totally destroyed, because it went pretty much up the channel and nailed a lot of Mississippi. We missed that part because we went up the east side. I believe it's the east side. I'm not sure of Mississippi, but we missed the devastated part. And so southern Mississippi was beautiful. Went to a small town in northern Mississippi where my dad was born, and it's like 300 people, and it was cool, I guess, to see. But anyway, and then we spent the night at the casinos on the Mississippi in extreme north Mississippi. And they say it's Tunica where all these casinos are. No. Tunica is 20 miles south of where all these casinos are. These casinos are based in a place called Robsville, Russellville, something. But there's like 9 of them. All right, we stayed at the Gold Strike. Gold Strike was beautiful. It's the only one that goes as high as all the other ones are real low, below the tree line. And so we stayed on the top floor, like $30, 30 or 35 bucks. I can't remember exactly. But that's what I'm saying. Casinos, you're going to save hundreds of dollars by staying in casinos. On this trip, they're everywhere. And if we would have did it right, we would have been staying at casinos the whole time and saving hundreds of dollars by doing it. But anyway, that was pretty cool. Gold Strike, staying on the top. We were able to see most of the Mississippi out of our room. See those big barges coming by. So that was all pretty cool. Let's see, what do we got? 39, so I got 7 minutes. And so anyway, and then from there, we went up to Memphis, Tennessee. Is only like 26, 30 miles from Robsville or Russellville or wherever those casinos are. It's like 26 miles. And so we went up there and went to Graceland. All right, if you're an Elvis fan, you want to go to Graceland, even though it's kind of like Roswell, New Mexico in a way, and I'll explain. But anyway, we took the one of the big tours, and the bottom line is we went to Graceland and saw the mansion. You take a tour through the house, so they got everything roped off, and you have this little, you wear these earpieces, and it has a little tape recorder, and it gives you the tour through that. And then you just got to keep up with it. In certain areas, you always have to hit a certain number, and it tells you the whole area and what's going on there and why it is and all that. And you end up the tour at Graceland at the grave of Elvis and his parents. That's you want to cry. It's a scene. It's especially if you're an Elvis person, you're gonna cry there. There's no way around that. And anyway, then you go back across the street where the planes are. He has his 2 planes, his first private jet, and then the big jet he named Lisa Marie. And you go on that, and that's all fairly cool, even though by its 60 standards. And I've worked in the airline industry for a lot of years, and I've seen private planes that were a whole lot more duded up. But for way back then, this is really grand. So you want to see that. But the thing is about all the tours, because you take different Sincerely Elvis tour, the private Elvis tour, the this and that and whatever. Private is his military deal. You always end up in one of those museums, because that's all they are. It's just museums with memorabilia everywhere. It's all about Elvis all the time. But when you're done with each, you always end up in a gift shop. They're going to sell you something Elvis. You can't walk out of there without buying something that has to do with Elvis. An Elvis coffee mug, an Elvis T-shirt, an Elvis sun visor. Everything's Elvis. But that's what was the funny thing to me. You always ended up in a gift shop because that's what they are. It's like Roswell, New Mexico. Everything's UFO gift shops. The only thing you want to see is the museum. That's the only thing that you're there for. The rest is all gift shops. But it was cool. Definitely worth it all. And then we went on to on the 40 and then just started heading east. And that's when we saw lots of Indian casinos. So if you can plot your trip out to, around all, you got Dancing Eagle, you got all these different casinos. A lot of them look like teepees or big tents. You go in, they're pretty freaking nice. And the food is excellent. So it's really, you stay at those hotels, you're not going to pay any real money. You're going to save a lot. You don't have to gamble. Bottom line is don't gamble. Just go in and eat. And then go back to your room and then you head out the next day. But the bottom line is you'll save a lot of money staying in the casinos, and they're everywhere, all along 40 now. And we saw some excellent country. We got back into New Mexico, took a minor small trip, went to where my grandmother was born, Estancia, New Mexico. That was pretty cool. I wish I would have had the map on this. It's in the book here, my family book, family tree. If we would have had it with us, we would have been able to find out the ranch that they owned way back 100 years ago or however long it was. But that was all pretty cool. So anyway, excellent trip. We ran into thunderstorms from New Mexico on coming home, but just that time of year it's monsoonal around here. And so, but all in all, excellent trip. You definitely, vacations, don't go out of the country. I mean, there's so much of our country here in America to see. And and if you do it right, you can save all kinds of money without having to go through the planes, the trains, all that kind of thing. Just drive. America is just the most beautiful country on the face of the earth. No two ways about it. I can hardly wait for my wife's second vacation coming up in a couple months now, and then we're going to go up to Yellowstone and Glacier National Parks. That's going to be an awesome trip also. And I'm kind of curious, and I will research this time to see how many casinos going up and coming back down that we're going to run into, because Nevada no longer has the monopoly on casinos in this country. That's a fact of life. But I'll tell you what, they're bargains. As far as staying overnight, they are bargains. So that's my trip. Hopefully I'm going to save you dough. If you're in Louisiana, if you're going to get a speeding ticket, that's the state it's going to be in, because they got cops everywhere and a stupid speed limit of 60 miles an hour, especially coming out of Texas where it's 80 miles an hour. Then you get into Louisiana, oh man, you're going to get nailed around the border somewhere. All right, so there's my trip, and hope you all enjoyed, and I hope I save you some money, and hopefully some of you will take that trip. It's a good one. I'm out.